Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This is the final video in the barn board picture frame series. I've cut out the holes and I've glued the picture frames to the barn board, as well as I put a screw from the back side where you couldn't see it. Sorry about the camera jiggling. I was kneeling down to my old knees. Aren't quite as cooperative as it used to be, but everything will fit in from the back side, and I'll hang it somehow. But I like the way this thing turned out. I'll probably make some more. Probably just use 2 pieces of wood and turn these that way, and maybe do a couple like that. And but it turned out better than what I expected. It was a little bit of a I had to do a lot of thinking on this to get everything right, and I wanted everything symmetrical. That's why I started in the middle. You can still see my little chalk line. I can take a wet cloth and get rid of that. But when I build things, because a lot of people ask, well, how do you build it? If I see something, I can copy it fairly easily. I've always been good at that. And I was even good at copying at school. My teachers didn't like it, but what the heck. And but I just built it in my mind for a couple of days, and then I figure out how I'm going to do it. And normally I have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do it, and you know, I kind of look at all possibilities, you know. And I was doing a job at a plant one time. We were cleaning out a bunch of duct work, and the engineer talked with me, and I never had been interrogated like that on a job, and he was new. I guess he was trying to impress everybody. And the guy told me, he said, he'll get it done. He said, but he'll have something rigged up some kind of way. And actually I made a flume out of those cardboard tubes like they use for concrete forms. And we shot everything down to a dumpster. I had that wrapped in plastic so it wouldn't get a dust storm going. And then we had 2 hoppers up under it, and I'd pull one out, put another one in, and take the other one, because it was kind of a hard way of having to carry it to an edge and then dump it. And but I made it happen, and same way I made this happen. But this thing, I glued these as well, and you see where my seam is right there and right there, and I'll give that whole thing a lot more support by it being glued and screwed. And all it needs now is some pictures and to be hung up. Thanks so much for going on this little odyssey with me, and we're finally finished. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless. Come back to see me.